What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sal, aka Herf, coming at you with episode number 3 on Eye on CI. And today we're gonna dive into something a little bit different. We're gonna hit you with that boom, hit you with that Nica Libre and Aganorsa leaf collab. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
Welcome to the Herf where the vibes take place. No clouds of hate, just a smoke well jerks. One cigar at a time, go and savor every taste. Shine through the brim, man, humble in the quest.
All right, y'all. So, go ahead and take a look again. Once again, it's the Nica Libre and Aganorsa leaf. Two big names in the tobacco game. I guarantee you, if you've smoking cigars, you smoked something out of the Aganorsa line, or at least their tobacco, and you know they ain't playing no games when it comes to this. So, this is a Nicaraguan puro with a Nicaraguan corojo wrapper and a 6x52 soft box press. Kind of has a little bit of an oval shape. Kind of cool. It's nice. It's got a nice mouthfeel. Good open draw. I hit it with the V cut on this. So, what do we got? At first light, you kind of get that signature Aganorsa tobacco. It is peppery. It is somewhat cedar forward. It's definitely got some chocolate with almost like a graham cracker. And again, this is early on. This is at first light up. We're getting not complexity, but we're getting all these sorts of little bits and flavors as they kind of dance upon the tongue. And it's actually really, really quite pleasant. There's some breadiness to it. Like again, that graham cracker, it's almost toasted. It's really, really nice. And on the retro, you get a little bit of pepper. You get a little bit of, not sure. Right now, it's just pepper for me. We're going to let this develop. We're going to let the tobaccos marry, let the flavors marry, and see what we get into it. But at first light up, this is quite pleasant. What you would expect from two big names in the tobacco game, Nica Libre and Aganorsa. I'm going to dive into this guy a little bit more, let everything marry up, and get back into it. I'll report back to you coming in and first third into that second. Peace. All right, y'all. We are back. We're well into the first third. It did ash on me a little bit. We're about here. So it's definitely got a soft ash, a little bit of a flaky ash. It's not going to hang on for you, at least on this stick here, which I don't mind. I'm not really going for that long ash game. This thing is smoking great. The flavors are more robust. You really getting that coffee with a little bit of cream. There's some creamy nuttiness to it. There's definitely a little bit of a chocolate in there. I don't want to say like a mocha. I know I've said it before in the past, and it's the best way that I can describe it. It's almost like a hazelnut with going towards more of the nutty side. There is a slight pepper. It's a white pepper. And on the retro, there's definitely something. There's definitely a pepperiness to it, and it's not quite as citrus. I cannot pinpoint what is on that retro, but it's nice. It's different. Something I can't pinpoint. There's a little bit of a mustiness to it, but it's quite pleasant, honestly. I like it. I like Aganorsa stuff. You know, I like their La Vela Edición line, from the Corojo to the Maduro. I have not tried the Connecticut. I need to add that to my list. But this is a solid cigar so far. And again, this is coming from CI, and it's sub $10 for a Toro, and you're getting lots and lots of good flavor out of this. So real quick, you might notice the background. Hello. Usually you see the backdrop on it. Kind of do some renovating, kind of mixing things up a little bit. Kind of got tired of taking it up, putting it down, taking it up, putting it down. I've got some things going upstairs. We're doing some remodeling, so I'm kind of liking the vibe of this. I can just set up the camera, on a light, put a little backlight action. That board is covering up some ugly shit that I don't want y'all to see. Makes the video look a little bit nicer. My bad. But definitely that wall's going to be painted, and hopefully get some cool deco. I know it's blurred out, but just in case you can make some shit out, it'll be cool. We're going to get into the second third. see if there's any transitions. But right now, all of those previous flavor notes, they're all right there. They're mixing very well. They're married very well. There's none playing over each other. It's quite pleasant. So let me smoke this down. Let me take care of a few things, and I'll check back in with y'all. All right, y'all. So we are back. Kind of a little bit into the second third. Not quite the start, but not quite the finish. We are here on the Aganorsa and Nica Libre collab, or Nica Libre and Aganorsa collab. And this is a great smoke, especially at the price point. It's a Toro size, a Nicaraguan puro, it's a Corojo wrapper, and you're getting all of those great flavors. It is a great smoke. That was my phone. So, what's changed? Not a whole lot. On the retro, you're still getting a little bit of pepper and still that zing. It's not a citrus, and I'm not gonna try and pinpoint it at this point because I just can't. It is a zesty zing on the nostrils. It's quite pleasant. It's not stinging. It's just different. Something I can't pinpoint. Maybe y'all can. If you do happen to pick this up, or if you have picked it up, drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you got out of it. I can't pinpoint it, but as far as on the main palate, we're getting a little bit more of some woodiness. We're getting more of that creamy nuttiness. There's still that hazelnut coffee. It's just been great. There's not a whole lot of change, I will say. Just kind of flavors kind of moving around. So coming from the back or the middle and coming to the front and kind of, doing a little dance like I said before. It's doing a dance on the tongue, and it's really quite pleasant. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to report. I'm hoping this bad boy kind of finishes the same way the first and second third. I don't mind it being a linear smoke. Like I said, there are some changes, but they're not these vast big changes which is like, oh, it's more like, okay, this is kind of coming to the front. It's going to play lead role for a little bit, and then they're just going to switch off. And I really enjoy something like that, especially at a stick at this price point. I'm not expecting to be wowed, but I am expecting some flavor, especially for some heavy hitters like they are. So I'm going to get into the final third. We're going to get final thoughts and a wrap up, and I'll go ahead and make my suggestion on that. But like I said, if you've smoked this, if you're looking to, drop it in the comments. As a matter of fact, what are y'all been smoking lately? I'm interested to know, or what are some of your interesting CI pickups? Let a brother know. I'm going to come back to you in the final third, and we'll wrap it up. All right, y'all. Final third, final thoughts and a wrap up. And to be honest, I almost completely forgot that I did not even hit record, because we are here. We are almost down to the nub on the Nica Libre Aganorsa Leaf collab, and it is that good at a sub $10 Toro. Great tobaccos, two heavy hitters. I mentioned it before, and y'all, if I didn't mention it in the second third, the plumes of smoke were insane, and it continued on into this final third. As far as flavor wise on the palate, it's more cedar forward. It's definitely more cedar. That wood has really kind of just taken the driver's seat, and it seems like that was the main tone. The creaminess or any of the sweetness that may have been there kind of just really took the far back seat. They're sitting in the back next to the emergency exit, to be honest. But still, it's letting the tobacco shine through and not trying to take over. On the retro, again, that same zesty zing, little more tame, I will say. For me, I was actually expecting it to ramp up with the tobacco heating up a little bit, because it is getting a little hot, but it's still pretty smooth. So my thoughts on this. This is definitely a fiver, without a doubt. I mean, you've got two heavy hitters. If you've had anything out of the Aganorsa camp or any other Aganorsa tobacco that is in a lot of these other cigars, you kind of know what you're getting. You're getting quality, you're getting a good burning, you're getting hella flavor. So for me, fiver right off the back. As you can see, I enjoyed this down to the nub. I might take it a little further off camera, but great cigar. But that's my time, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Welcome to the Herf where the vibes take place. No clouds of hate, just a smoke well just one cigar at a time, go and savor every test. Shine through the brim, man, humble in the quest.